You're listening to the John and Heidi Show. Now, featuring the wit and wisdom of Dan Farris.
Okay, dudes, let's walk this sucker.
On Sunny 93.3.
Sunny 93.3. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Mr. Dan Farris.
Guys.
Hey.
So, what's your opinion of the Beatles?
I like the Beatles.
I'm not a fan.
See, some are, some aren't. Most people are.
I know. I like them.
It's a controversial opinion.
I
That's
just bring
for
this
sure.
up because this happens to be Beatles Day.
Is it really?
Celebration of the Beatles, and love them or hate them, they changed the face of rock and roll.
Is
like
this
no
week
one else.
when Yesterday comes out in theaters? Weren't you just telling me last week that it's
there's
next
a
week?
movie.
I want to see that movie.
I do want to see that movie.
We should go,
I'm not
all of
a
us
fan,
together.
But I do want to see the movie.
Let's do that.
Here, look what I got right over here. I got passes for a couple of us, so me and you will get in free. Heidi's going to have to pay her own way. Beatle hater.
Wow. Okay.
We'll sneak her in.
I actually saw a video online.
I fell for Muppet, man.
I saw a video online where some guys did that. The one guy held onto the other guy in a very bizarre stance, wrapped himself around him, and then he was wearing big sweatpants over the top and like a big jacket, and he walked in, and they got into the theater. He actually made it in with a person under his shirt. So it is possible.
Well, the price of movie tickets and concessions anymore, it's like $1 million.
It's
so
gotten insane.
why not? The Beatles' very first hit, Love Me Do.
Oh, yeah. I did know that.
Landed in the United States of America, 1964, appeared on the Ed Sullivan Show. February of 1964, about over 70 million viewers.
Yeah, it was a big
Back
deal.
in 64, that was
It was a lot.
huge.
Everybody was watching.
Huge number.
Everybody but Heidi.
Yep. And I was there. We
alive
were
yet.
actually, it used to be we'd go to church on Sunday. Then it was off to, my Uncle Ace owned a bar in Northeast Minneapolis called the Green Keg. So after church, of course, he went to the bar.
Of course.
Polish Catholic, what are you going to do? So there we were in the bar. And then
And the Beatles came on?
Then it was off to Grandma's house, actually.
Oh, okay.
And then the Ed Sullivan Show that night. But I remember my Aunt Julie was there, and she went crazy. It was the end
Beatlemania.
of the world as we knew it. No, she was not happy.
Oh, really?
Who were these mop-top ne'er-do-wells?
Oh, she didn't like
my.
Corrupting the youth of... Oh, yeah.
Oh, my.
Things got a little hostile in the living room that night, I do recall.
Wow, that was the British invasion. Is when
Certainly was.
Well, son of a gun.
Yeah,
That's
they
cool
did
stuff.
5 tunes that night on Ed Sullivan, and it changed my life.
That's awesome.
That's when I knew that I was going to be a horribly failed musician and basically a loser for most of my life.
Well, Heidi, quick trivia question for you: who was the drummer before Ringo Starr? Huh?
I have no idea.
Dan, do you know that?
Pete Best.
Yeah. See,
Pete Best.
we're gonna enjoy this movie, Dan. Heidi's
The
probably not.
Fifth Beatle. Yeah, the movie yesterday.
I
comes
really
this
enjoy
week.
the movie. It looks very good.
It looks really good.
Has to do with the Beatles, but it's not about the Beatles, not really. So
Right.
there you go.
It's Beatle-esque. Coming up in a bit, we've got some fun stuff. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Farris on Sunny 93.3.
Do you have a credit card? Is it the very best credit card? Many people get their credit card as a response to an offer that was mailed to you. These are typically not the best cards. Check the fine print for the fees and interest. We have a website that compares many different cards being offered so you can find the one that's the best fit for you. If you'd like to find a better credit card, we'd love to help at bettercreditcards.net. There's no obligation. Just click and compare to see if we can get you a better credit card at bettercreditcards.net.
Sunny 93.3. Time now for Ranger Dan's Critter Corner.
Good morning, Ranger Dan.
Morning, Ranger Dan.
Morning, chillin'.
You know, my favorite part of this is watching you get into character for this segment. I
What
love
are you
it.
talking about? It's Ranger Dan. He's always in character.
Yeah.
Never sure what's behind the curtain.
Come on, Heidi.
Yo, yeah, we don't want anybody to figure it out.
Come on, little radio rangers, gather on the radio. Drop some critter knowledge on you. This is fascinating.
Oh, good.
Ranger Dan loves big cats.
Oh, yeah.
Loves the big cats.
Oh, yeah.
And, of course, anymore in South Dakota, you know, the bobcats are everywhere.
I've heard this.
They're
I've-
rampant.
I've seen them take over that sipping cycle downtown on Phillips
I don't
Avenue.
think they've done that.
It's pretty crazy.
They're not quite.
But this is
not
where the
quite that
knowledge
rampant.
comes in.
Oh, okay.
tigers. In the world of tigers, all of their stripes, their markings are unique.
Yeah. It's like
No
fingerprints.
two are the same, like fingerprints, like snowflakes.
Yeah.
And that's how people like me, a ranger,
Can tell them apart.
can tell them apart. But here's the great part.
Oh, yeah.
If you shave a tiger, and you really should in your lifetime,
Everyone should do it once.
their skin is striped as well.
Is it really?
It truly
The same
is.
pattern and everything?
Same,
Is it a zebra?
Pretty much. Yep. Shave a tiger, and it's like, wow, who knew?
That is...
Ranger Dan does.
Ranger Dan did know that.
And I think, if I'm not mistaken, and I did put the word down to Sioux Falls Zoo and Delbridge Museum, where half the animals
The
are
Great
actually
Plains Zoo.
diseased or they're dead and stuffed, which is really a nice touch. I think there is going to be, and I think it's going to be a 5 to 12 years old, $5, you'll be able to actually go in and shave a tiger.
Will you really?
Oh, wow.
That would be a lot of fun.
That's
I don't
very
believe
dangerous.
it's true, but
If you want to take it another way, you're more than welcome to shave one of the members of this year's Detroit Tigers, which is a baseball team. They ain't doing much. They're 20 games out of first behind my Minnesota Twins. So next time Detroit's up at Target Field, just grab one and shave him. He won't even know you're doing it.
shave his head. See if he's got stripes under there
They're
too.
just kind of flatlining. Yep.
Well, thank you, Ranger Dan. We
I'm a
appreciate
ranger.
that. Yes, he is. Don't you let Heidi tell you otherwise.
Behave yourselves there, children.
Ranger Dan's Critter Corner. Why? Because we can on Sunny 93.3.
The inventor of Rip It gloves has been a drywall guy for decades. He was trying to find gloves that worked for him and his crew, but nothing was quite right. So he went out and created some. Rip It gloves fit firm in your hand and protect your hands, but still allow you to use a touchscreen. Professional athletes love the extra grip Rip It gloves gives them. Painters, roofers, contractors, but also motorcycle and horseback riders. See why everyone loves Rip It gloves at RipItGloves.com. Use promo code radio to save 25%. That's RIPIT gloves.com, promo code radio.
Sunny 93.3. Time now for water cooler talk with Mr. Dan Farris.
Summertime, and we're in our first week of summer, and
Yeah.
and scams. There's email scams, there's digital scams, there's computer. They're just scams, and there's just people who, they're thieves is what they are.
Absolutely are, yeah.
And every now and again, our area gets hit by certain stuff. Just grabbed a little story here. The lady's name is Renee. Answered an online ad, basically saying, hey, you want to make some extra money from home. So she looked into it. And according to Renee, says, hey, have some fun in the summer. You can spoil kids, do whatever. Turned out, all she had to do was use money from a check that arrived in the mail to wrap her car for a big company. A car wrap, an auto wrap.
Oh, yeah,
See
yeah.
all the time. You'll see,
Sure.
company's name. Okay, all right. It can look pretty nice. And by the time all is said and done, she lost a bunch of money, to which she says, if something sounds too good to be true, it probably is true. And this time of year, especially when you get that knock on your door, and it's happened to me twice now in the last 4 years in the house I live in these days,
Yeah.
having to do with roofing and siding.
Oh, yeah.
And I'll look out and I'll see the
Yep.
truck, and I'll look
Yep.
what I'm dealing with, and you go in door to door. Sometimes it's legit, sometimes.
Yeah. Be careful.
But ask for their papers, ask for a business card, get everything
Yes.
you can up front before you even let them do a walk around, a look around, or anything else. This was about 2 months ago. My doorbell rang, which always makes me paranoid because I don't tell anyone where I live, including immediate family. And there was a young man, probably in his mid-20s, standing there, a tall, lanky gentleman with a clipboard. Which he says, yes, I'm just walking around the neighborhood and noticed you have DirecTV, which is true. And I'm like, okay. And he
He's
says,
good.
well, I represent blah, 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 and if you blah, blah, blah and switch it over, you're going to save blah, blah, blah. Then it clicked with me. There is no way where my dish is set up that this kid saw it from the sidewalk, the street, or anything else. There's no way he knew.
Yeah. Unless he was prowling in your backyard.
Not even possible if he was. And I didn't let him in. But, I can't say I didn't let him in because technically he hasn't been home for dinner in about a month. And if I'm getting real tired of going into the basement to see how he's doing.
Yeah, I got my cable box right down here.
Come on down.
There you go. How do you like the DirecTV now?
I'm almost afraid to ask if he's kidding, because let's just all say he's just kidding. Oh, well, Dan, thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Again, I'm here to serve, John.
All right. Thanks for listening to Sunny 93.3.
Join us for a fun week in Punta Cana, Dominican Republic for the 3rd annual 80s in the Sand. We've been there the last 2 years. In addition to making a bunch of awesome new friends, we had so much fun meeting 80s actors and musicians. 80s in the Sand takes over the entire resort, so you'll mingle with them at the pools and the restaurants too. We'd love to have you join us. See the amazing lineup featuring Sammy Hagar and many more at radiotravelgroup.com. Save $200 per person for first-time guests at radiotravelgroup.com.
Sunny 93.3, thank you so much for listening on a Tuesday. We've got Jeff from Crescent Real Estate Group with us. How you doing, Jeff?
Good. How are you, John?
Very, very good. We're going to talk about real estate here in a moment, but before we get to that, I want to kind of mention something I've been reading on Facebook. You've got the next day or two here, you're going to be out of the office a little bit. I think what you're doing, first of all, it's kind of sad that you got to do this, but it's also, I think it's really cool what you're doing. Let's talk about your adventure you're going to have at the river.
Oh, yeah. Well, those that know me and follow me on Facebook know that I've shared for a long time my story of how I was adopted and searched for my birth parents and met my biological father years and years ago. He's a hunting and fishing guide. We have a lot in common. And we've had a great friendship. But, my real dad is my adopted dad. He's the one that raised me. I was only weeks old when I was adopted. And he's had a long bout with cancer. I mean, it's spanned over 15 years. He's beat it over and over in different forms. But he's reached that point where he's entered hospice and, maybe if he makes it another month or something, we'd be blessed for that. But he told me the other morning he felt like he had some energy and he missed going to the river and fishing, and he had a dream that we were in the boat fishing. And I said, well, what are you saying? You want to go fishing? And that's what we're going to do. Me and my 2 sons, who are 14 and 15, are going to load up my dad, and we're going to head to pier and fish with my biological father, and who's a fishing guide out there. So it's going to be an adventure, kind of that dying man's last wish sort of thing, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm a little nervous, but I won't be selling homes for the next 2 days, so we're going to go do that.
I think that's going to be a really neat thing, and you're going to make some memories with your boys as well, and what a great way to say goodbye to your father. And again, it's really sad that you're getting to those final stages, but I also, it sounds like he had a great life as well.
Oh, he did. I mean, we grew up camping and fishing, and that's kind of my love for the outdoors. It started when I was really young with him, and we'd go out on the weekends and fish in the Platte and Chamberlain areas, 3-4 day weekends for years and years. I just remember growing up in the boat fishing with my dad.
Well, this is going to be one last fishing trip for him. I think that's really, really cool. And it's like you said, it's a dying man's wish. And now there are probably some people listening who maybe fishing isn't their thing, but maybe going to see a concert would be their thing. So we're going to talk about how we can make their wishes come true as well with the Dream Concert giveaway. We'll do that here in a minute. We're going to send people to Aerosmith. Crescent Real Estate Group is doing that. But first, we should probably talk about real estate. How is the Sioux Falls real estate market looking right now?
It's great. I mean, we've got couple of homes that are priced in the higher range, in that 600 plus range, and we've got some listings coming on that are in the 200s. We've got a luxury villa great setup for the baby boomers, no basement, no second story, just a great one-level home on a big corner lot, priced in that $269 range. That'll be coming on next week. We took pictures of it just the other day. But, I mean, even though I don't have it on the MLS, word just gets out there. I mean, I'm getting phone calls from people saying, hey, I hear you've got this house coming up. So, it's a good testimony that people who are in the market are trying to put every feeler out there they can for homes that are coming up. So it's a competitive marketplace, but it's a busy one. So whether or not you're buying or whether or not you're selling or both, it's good to just sit down with a realtor, kind of come up with a plan, get your groundwork done. If you're buying, getting pre-approved for the best mortgage rate that's available for you. We can help you find that. But coming up with the right game plan to market and particularly brand a home and get it ready to sell, is something that it doesn't cost anything to sit down and get all the information and advice that you need. And if you have a realtor, sit down and make a game plan with them. And if you don't, give me a call. I'd be happy to sit down with you.
What is the phone number to reach out and talk to you?
605-521-3000, or you can go to our website at crescentcells.com.
And now we got to talk about the Aerosmith Dream Concert giveaway. We're sneaking up towards the end of that here. We got a couple more weeks, but if somebody would like to register, how does that work, and what do they win?
Well, let's talk about what they win first. They're going to win 2 airline tickets that are good on Allegiant Airlines. Fly you to Las Vegas. You'll leave on a Monday. You're coming back on a Friday. And while you're there, you're going to be staying in a king suite at the Luxor down in Vegas. And just a block away from the Luxor at the MGM, Aerosmith is doing their residency, and they're doing several concerts over a 2-month period. But your last night there on Thursday night, you're going to have great seats to sit up front and see Aerosmith.
That sounds like a heck of a good time, and I bet there are a lot of people listening that would love, love, love to go do that. So if they'd like to register, how do they go about registering to win?
Well, they can go to your guys' Facebook page, on the Sunny Facebook page. They can go to Crescent's Facebook page at Crescent Real Estate. They can give me a call if they want me to. I can even text you the link that'll take you to the registration, or you can go to Sunny's website. Sunny Radio's website will take you there.
We try to make it really easy. sunnyradio.com. You can also, like Jeff said, reach out directly to him. If they want to call and talk to you maybe about a house, and then you could even text them the info. What's the number once again?
605-521-3000. I can text you a link to enter the contest to win the trip, and I can text you a link for our Home Snap app, which is kind of like Zillow on steroids. If you're looking at homes in particular neighborhoods, it shows you which ones are active now, which ones have open houses coming up, what all the homes in any neighborhood are worth. It's just a great tool for somebody who's looking to buy a home.
Very, very nice. Again, Jeff from Crescent. Thank you so much, Jeff.
You bet. Thank you.
And I'm going to throw a link on our Facebook page with a direct link to the concert contest as well at facebook.com/sunnyradio. Credit cards. They can be trouble. About 12 years ago, we did a debt snowball program and got rid of our credit cards. We were debt-free except for our house. It was awesome. But over the course of the next decade, our credit score went down. That sounds weird, but they need open accounts to give you a score. Our lower score made our insurance rates go up. We decided to get a credit card to help with that. We just pay it off every month. If you want a better credit card, check out bettercreditcards.net. They'll help you compare all the different cards to get the best one for you. That's bettercreditcards.net. Sunny 93.3, it's time now for entertainment news of the day with Mr. Dan Farris.
Yes, celebrities are
Fabulous.
they're rich and they're beautiful and they have like toned abs and stuff. They eat the right thing, they drink the right thing, they go to the right party.
He's working on that still. But I like it. I like it a lot.
What can I say?
You got to snap a little more while you're doing it, though.
Where it's going.
I've been to Juilliard. I wasn't enrolled or accepted, but I've snuck into Juilliard. My good friend, and I think you guys know my longtime history and love for my good friend Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, Keanu is how we said, but
Keanu.
Well, we all have a different way, Heidi.
I just call him bruh. Hey, bruh. Hey, bruh. I'm not his only huge fan.
Internet loves him.
There's a petition running around right now. Whole bunch of people are trying to get my buddy Keno as Times Person of the Year.
Hey, that would be good.
Cool.
Yeah, we got about 50,000 signatures on this petition so far. And do you know what? And it's not that, and they aren't saying because he's so cool, or they're just going, you know what? He's just a nice guy.
He is. There's a movie we just recently watched. It's called Always Be My Maybe. It's on Netflix. I think it's a Netflix original. But he's in the movie as himself. Yeah, there's a scene where she's dating I probably shouldn't have said that because now I might have just spoiled a little bit of the surprise.
Oh, John's ruining live.
Hey.
So he's in there in a role.
Spoiler alert. It's funny. You need to see it.
It is. But it is so funny just because he's not a nice guy in the movie.
Like 3 times.
Oh, we had to watch it over and over. And then we call him, hey, Troy, come in here, watch this scene. You got to watch this.
Actor. He's just a great guy. He gives a lot of money away to really great causes. He's
pretty
good to
humble.
Everybody. He's humble. And, he's my bro.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
He knows my bro.
And I call him Keanu. And what do you call him?
It's Keanu.
Keanu? Well, I'll get it.
If you're tight like me, you got 2 tickets to the rodeo like me and Keno. Do you call him whatever you want?
2 tickets to the rodeo?
Couple tickets to the rodeo. Me and Keno. Tight.
Oh, nice.
Tight.
Well, Dan, thanks for coming in with our entertainment news, my friend.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I do what I can.
All right.
All right, John. You bet.
Dan Farris, right here on Sunny 93.3.